When
I was the one holding the gun, yeah.
Okay.
The stunning announcement comes 18 months after Alec Baldwin was involved in the fatal shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. The actor will now no longer face involuntary manslaughter charges. The special prosecutors saying in a statement overnight, new facts were revealed that demand further investigation and forensic analysis in the case. Consequently, we cannot proceed under the current time constraints and on the facts and evidence turned over by law enforcement in its existing form.
You believe Alec Baldwin pulled the trigger?
Yes.
The shocking reversal comes just months after the former special prosecutor and the DA told us they were certain they could convict Baldwin before both stepped away from the case. A source with knowledge of the investigation says as new attorneys took over, they learned the revolver used by Baldwin had been modified with a new trigger, making it possible to misfire, as the actor had said.
And then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
Reacting to the news, Baldwin's attorneys wrote, "We are pleased with the decision to dismiss the case. The new developments come after the actor settled a civil lawsuit with Hutchins' husband, who sat down exclusively with Hoda."
The idea that the person holding the gun, causing it to discharge, is not responsible is absurd to me.
Thursday's legal drama all unfolded on the same day Rust resumed production, this time at Montana's Yellowstone Film Ranch. Word broke while Baldwin was on his new set, he would not face criminal charges. On Instagram, the actor posting this photo, writing, "I owe everything I have to this woman."
In their statement, special prosecutors said the decision to drop charges does not absolve Baldwin of criminal culpability, and charges could be later filed. The new status in this hearing in this case is where charges should formally be dropped. That's expected later this afternoon. As for Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, the film's 25-year-old armorer, her attorney tells us she still faces a charge of involuntary manslaughter. She will plead not guilty. Guys, back to you.
All right, Miguel, thank you. I want to turn now to our senior legal correspondent, Laura Jarrett. Laura, good morning. What do you make of this? The prosecutors, kind of at the 11th hour, right before this key moment in the case, the preliminary hearing, dropping these charges against Alec Baldwin.
I think that hearing is what did this. They were clearly scrambling to try to prepare their case, because remember, at that hearing, they have to offer probable cause for why they believe he committed a crime. And if they couldn't do that, it would be even more embarrassing to have the judge toss the case out. And so they were obviously trying to get out ahead of that by dismissing it now.
And saying there's some new evidence that now casts sufficient doubt on whether he had the criminal intent, whether this could have truly just been an accident.
And the evidence is significant, but even before this latest development, the case was shaky from the start. As you and I have discussed, their whole theory was that Baldwin was supposed to somehow look at the gun himself and check it, even though he was told, at least he says he was told, there was no live ammunition in that gun and on set, and he relied on the armorer whose job it was to actually check it. She's supposed to be the expert on set, and we know that she didn't keep eyes on the ammunition the whole time. And so even before this latest development, I think there was reasonable doubt, and it was going to be a hard case for them.
Yeah, and then adding to that, the prosecutor suffered a legal setback after the charge.
Two,
okay. You do two. I was thinking of one. You give us both.
The first one was particularly, I think, egregious. The idea of them charging him with this firearm enhancement. Remember, that was what was going to bump it up to potentially 5 years, a mandatory sentence.
A mandatory sentence, which is a big deal.
Except the only problem was that wasn't on a crime on the books in the state at the time of the shooting. That's like first-year law student problem. Then, second, the prosecutor is also a member of the state legislature at the same time as she's a prosecutor. She's taking donations, campaign donations, at the same time as trying this case. A clear conflict, a clear problem. It's why she had to step aside.
Yeah, she had to excuse herself from the case. Okay, in this statement, however, from these new prosecutors have brought in, they say it does not absolve him of criminal culpability and that maybe there are charges that could be forthcoming. How realistic is that? Is that fair at this moment to drop kind of a bomb like that, like, hey, it's not over?
Okay, so there are two new prosecutors on the case. Clearly, they want a set of fresh eyes on it. But this was already a low-level felony, and I just don't see what they could possibly charge him with at this point. And knowing that the gun was capable of misfiring, I just don't see what else is on the books that they could possibly throw at him. And it seems like, why not just say, look, we clearly made a mistake. We don't want to convict an innocent man. Let's put this aside.
All right, Laura Jarrett, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.